Hi everyone. Three global powers, including the United States, Russia, and China, are running the intense hypersonic race. Russia is already extensively using air-launched Kinzhal aeroballistic hypersonic missiles in Ukraine. In April of this year, China successfully tested the YJ-21 hypersonic anti-ship ballistic missile, which was dubbed as the Carrier Killer. And in July this year, after 3 consecutive failures, the United States has also conducted 2 successful tests of air-launched AGM-183 hypersonic missiles. Hypersonic weapons fly at speeds of at least Mach 5 or 5 times the speed of sound. There are 2 primary categories of these weapons, namely hypersonic glide vehicles and hypersonic cruise missiles. Hypersonic glide vehicles are launched from a rocket before gliding towards a target, whereas hypersonic cruise missiles are powered by air-breathing engines. Unlike ballistic missiles, hypersonic missiles do not follow a predictable trajectory and can maneuver in flight. This is why even the world's most advanced missile defense systems, including the Chinese HQ-9, the Russian S-400, and the US Patriot THAAD or Aegis combat systems, are not able to intercept hypersonic weapons. Conventional hypersonic weapons use kinetic energy to destroy soft targets, whereas these can also be armed with nuclear warheads. Let's review the progress of ongoing hypersonic programs of Russia, China, and the United States, so as to evaluate who is leading the race and who is lagging behind. First of all, let's review the Russian success in the hypersonic field. Since 1980, Russia has engaged in hypersonic weapons research. In December of 2001, the US withdrew from the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty and deployed anti-ballistic missile defense systems in the United States and Europe. In response, Russia accelerated its efforts to develop hypersonic weapons, as its existing ballistic missile capabilities were theoretically evaded by the American state-of-the-art air defense systems. Presently, Russia has a total of 3 hypersonic weapons programs, namely the Avangard hypersonic glide vehicle, the 3 M22 Tsirkon, sometimes referred to as Zircon anti-ship hypersonic cruise missile, and the nuclear-capable KH-47M2 Kinzhal aeroballistic air-to-surface missile. Let's discuss these hypersonic programs of Russia in detail. The Avangard is a Russian nuclear-capable hypersonic glide vehicle that is used by the Russian Strategic Rocket Forces and is launched from intercontinental ballistic missiles. The glide vehicle is designed to be carried by the Russian heavy ICBMs, including RS-18A, R-36, and RS-28 Sarmat, and launched in the form of Multiple Independently Targetable Re-Entry Vehicle, or MIRV. As per intelligence reports, the Avangard is currently deployed on the RS-18A ICBM, though Russia plans to eventually launch the vehicle from the Sarmat ICBM, which is under development with scheduled commissioning by the end of this year. The glide vehicle was successfully tested twice in 2016 and once in 2018. During the December 2018 test, it achieved the speed of Mach 20. The HGV was reportedly fielded in December 2019. The second hypersonic program of Russia is 3 M22 Tsirkon anti-ship hypersonic cruise missile, which is also known as Zircon hypersonic missile. Russia has developed the land-launched, ship-launched, and submarine-launched version of the Tsirkon missile. The missile is powered by a scramjet air-breathing engine and can cruise at the speed of Mach 8. The missile has a maximum range of around 1,500 kilometers and can be used against both surface and land targets. As per intelligence sources, the Russian Navy can fire Zircon missiles from the VLS mounted on Kirov-class cruisers, Admiral Gorshkov-class frigates, corvettes, and Yasen-class submarines. Although Russia has conducted multiple successful tests of the Zircon missile, the US intelligence believes that the missile has not been operationally deployed so far. The missile is expected to enter service by next year. The third hypersonic program of Russia is the KH-47M2 Kinzhal air-to-surface ballistic missile, which has already been fielded by the Russian Aerospace Forces. It is a maneuvering air-launched hypersonic ballistic missile based on the systems derived from the Iskander missile. It is the first ever hypersonic missile that has been fired during an actual war scenario, as Russia is extensively using the missile against high-profile Ukrainian targets. Kinzhal was successfully test-fired from a modified MiG-31 fighter in July of 2018. Powered by a solid-fuel rocket engine, the missile has a range of 3,000 kilometers and can have a maximum speed of Mach 12. Russia has deployed the missile on a MiG-31 fighter jet, an Su-34 long-range strike fighter, and a Tu-22M3 strategic bomber. The Kinzhal missile can be armed with both conventional and nuclear warheads and is capable to perform extensive maneuvers during the flight. China, apparently, seems the number 2 in the hypersonic race. For decades, the United States has had the capability to carry out long-range preemptive strikes on the Chinese strategic installations and assets. In addition, its state-of-the-art air defense systems can intercept the Chinese retaliatory attacks of ballistic missiles. In order to maintain deterrence, China persuaded the hypersonic weapons on war footings, particularly when relations with the United States are extremely tense over Taiwan and South China Sea disputes. Today, China is a leading player in hypersonic weapon technologies. The commander of the United States Northern Command and North American Aerospace Defense Command testified in a February 2020 hearing before the Senate Armed Services Committee that China has tested a nuclear-capable, intercontinental-ranged hypersonic glide vehicle that could evade U.S. missile defense and warning systems. Let's look into the different hypersonic weapon programs of China. The first Chinese hypersonic program is DF-ZF Hypersonic Glide Vehicle, which is designed to be mounted on specially developed DF-17 medium-range ballistic missiles. The range of the system is more than 1,500 miles. Since 2014, China has carried out extensive testing of the HGVs. The DF-ZF HGV, mounted on a DF-17, has been operationally deployed since 2019 and is capable to carry extreme maneuvers during flight. China has also successfully tested DF-41 ICBM to carry both conventional and nuclear-capable hypersonic glide vehicle. China is also running the Starry Sky 2 nuclear-capable hypersonic vehicle program, sometimes referred to as Zircon 2, Wave Rider hypersonic cruise missiles. The prototype of Starry Sky 2 was tested in August of 2018. China claims that the vehicle reached top speed of Mach 6 with a series of in-flight maneuvers before landing. Unlike the DF-ZF, the Starry Sky 2 is a wave rider that uses powered flight after launch and derives lift from its own shockwaves. A few months back, China successfully tested a mysterious hypersonic anti-ship ballistic missile from the vertical launch systems on board a Type 055 destroyer. The missile was a YJ-21 dubbed as Aircraft Carrier Killer ASBM, which can engage both sea and land targets with hypersonic speed and capabilities to carry out in-flight maneuvers. The YJ-21 has been derived from ground-based DF-21D missiles and can be armed with both conventional and nuclear warheads. In addition to hypersonic missiles, China has also constructed advanced hypersonic ground testing facilities. Presently, the China Aerodynamics Research and Development Center operates 18 wind tunnels, and the China Academy of Aerospace Aerodynamics operates 3 hypersonic wind tunnels. China also operates the Mach 9 JF-12 hypersonic wind tunnel, which reaches speeds of around Mach 9. China has also completed construction of the JF-22 wind tunnel, capable of reaching speeds of Mach 30. Finally, let's review the progress of the United States in the hypersonic field. Presently, the United States is catching up to Russia and China in developing and deploying hypersonic weapons. Most of the American ongoing hypersonic programs are at research, design review, and prototype development stages. The U.S. Department of Defense is currently developing hypersonic weapons under 7 different programs of the Navy, Air Force, Army, and the DAPRA. As a matter of state policy, the United States is pursuing conventionally armed hypersonic weapons contrary to Russia and China. Therefore, U.S. hypersonic weapons need to have a greater accuracy, which has further complicated the technical challenges. Let's look into the U.S. hypersonic programs in more detail. The U.S. Navy is currently developing hypersonic weapons under the Navy's Conventional Prompt Strike program. In June of 2018, the U.S. Department of Defense announced that the Navy would lead the development of a common glide vehicle for use across the services. The Common Glide Vehicle is being developed by the Sandia National Laboratories and is based on the Mach 6 Army prototype warhead, which was first tested in 2011. The booster system of the glide vehicle is being developed separately. The Navy's Conventional Prompt Strike is expected to pair the Common Glide Vehicle with a booster system for use by both the Navy and the Army. According to the Navy's 2022 budget documents, the Navy intends to conduct testing of the system on board Zumwalt-class destroyers by 2025 and Virginia-class submarines by 2028. The 3 stealthy Zumwalt-class destroyers have access capacity to accommodate new weapon systems. The ships were built around a gun system that was supposed to use GPS-guided, rocket-boosted projectiles to pound targets 90 miles away. However, due to cost overruns, the projectiles were canceled, leaving the ships with useless loading systems in space. The retrofit of all 3 ships to accommodate hypersonic weapons will likely cost more than $1 billion, but will give a new capability to electronic-driven high-tech ships that already cost the Navy $23.5 billion to design and build. Although Navy officials have previously noted plans to achieve limited operating capability on Ohio-class submarines as early as 2025, and to eventually field hypersonic weapons on Burke-class destroyers, such plans are not reflected in 2022 budget documents. The U.S. Army is also running the Long-Range Hypersonic Weapons program that will share common glide vehicles with the Navy's booster system. It will have the range of more than 1,700 miles. The Army plans to field an experimental prototype of the ARRW by 2023. The U.S. Air Force has 2 programs of hypersonic weapon development, including Air-Launched Rapid Response Weapon (AGM-183) and Hypersonic Attack Cruise Missiles. The United States has recently conducted successful tests of the AGM-183 ARRW after 3 consecutive failures. The AGM-183 is an air-launched hypersonic missile with speeds of around Mach 8 and operational range of 1,600 kilometers. After the successful captive carry test in 2019, all later ARRW tests remained unsuccessful until last year. In May of 2022 and July 2022, the Air Force successfully tested the AGM-183, launched from the B-52 strategic bombers. The B-1Bs are also being considered as the missile launch platform. In 2020, due to budget pressures, the Air Force canceled its second hypersonic weapon program, called the Hypersonic Conventional Strike Weapon, or HCSW, in favor of ARRW program. The Air Force has also launched the Hypersonic Attack Cruise Missile program to develop a hypersonic cruise missile that integrates Air Force and DARPA technologies. The U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency is presently running 3 hypersonic programs, including the Tactical Boost Glide, Operational Fires, and Hypersonic Air-Breathing Weapon concept. All of these DARPA programs are at an initial design review stage. In partnership with the U.S. Air Force, the agency continues to test the Tactical Boost Glide system, a wedge-shaped hypersonic glide vehicle with speeds around Mach 7. DARPA is also considering the Tactical Boost Glide to be integrated with the VLS installed on board U.S. Navy ships. DARPA and the Air Force are also working on the hypersonic air-breathing weapon concept, so as to develop air-launched hypersonic cruise missiles. DARPA is also working on Operational Fires program to leverage tactical boost glide technologies for the development of a ground launch system having capabilities to penetrate modern air defense systems. The United States have 48 critical hypersonic test facilities and mobile assets needed for the maturation of hypersonic weapons. These testing facilities belong to the Department of Defense, NASA, and to the Department of Energy and Industry. Currently, there are no U.S. facilities that can provide full-scale, time-dependent, and coupled aerodynamic and thermal loading environments for flight durations necessary to evaluate these characteristics above Mach 8. Since 2020, the U.S. Department of Defense has established a hypersonic war room to assess the U.S. industrial base for hypersonic weapons and identify critical nodes in the supply chain. The advancement in hypersonic weapons and their potential to evade modern air defense weapons have raised the importance of the weapons to new heights. With the increasing rivalry between the world powers, tensions will intensify in regards to the hypersonic race in the days to come. Please like, share, and subscribe for more updates.